rush is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
I think his task in this game is really simple. Eliminate the turnovers. He threw 2 interceptions last week. I can't believe I led with that because he had 3 touchdown passes.
Right.
So there's a lot of good that he did, but he's got to take care of the ball better. The ball has to go to guys wearing the jerseys that they're wearing this week, not the opposition.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Burrow. And he fires one that's intercepted. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Evan McPherson for the extra point.
And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive.
After the pick 6, here's Burrow again. No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Denzel Ward. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Holding. Defense.
So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT.
Throwing on first down. Bonds. And he's got his man in stride. Complete.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. To throw on second down. Bonds.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Jamar Chase, the intended receiver.
And it's 3rd and 4. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Now, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution because he realized he's in field goal range, no sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Been a nightmare of a first quarter for him. 2 interceptions, 1 return for a touchdown. As he starts again here, 1st and 10. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Jones running on first down, but finding it pretty tough going as he'll get forward for only about 3 there before he's taken down. On 2nd and 7, Burrow. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And a nice job there skipping away from the one tackle and ends up getting 5 yards out of that. 2nd down. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 14 yards that time, and a first down on the keeper.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it. Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now a give, running left is Harris. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The ball on the 8. Still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. That touchdown, Charles, the first rushing TD of his rookie year.
I don't know that he's going to be Lamar Jackson or Russell Wilson or Josh Allen at this stage of his career. But he's got youth on his side. Those young legs, he put them to good use there, didn't he?
And McPherson on for the extra point.
He's got it, and it's 17-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
So an early advantage now, and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Back now comes Tampa Bay. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big pickup of 38.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A give to Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. On the delay, Jones. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Denzel Ward. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared, had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Bonds. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And some space here. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense. You've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him, or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
If your sympathies lie with the defense, you understand how tough it is for linebackers to run with a guy like this. He's going to slip out of the backfield and then work in the middle of the field. And sometimes those defenders get preoccupied with other people moving, and he finds open space and makes a nice play.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Over the middle. That's caught by Chase. And he's brought down. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Harris. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Damian Harris
this. His second rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and the rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Burrow. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Here's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Play action. It's Burrow. He's going deep for Brown. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. On 3rd down, Burrow. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the 2nd quarter.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Tampa Bay offense set to go again. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big this early, but that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of 4.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. They'll go again to Jones. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. The Bucs on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Burrow. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
Burrow's pass complete to number 16. It's a gain of 5.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow, and they're going to get this up to midfield. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
An inside give to Jones. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. The give is to Jones. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Throwing again on 2nd down.
Burrow, he completes that to Garrett Wilson. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. Touchdown!
Aaron Jones
with touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the Bucs get a bit closer.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead's down to 24. That drive a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field.
They are coming off the game last week, which was a very interesting game. And, Charles, ultimately it ended in a tie.
And that's difficult on teams because, let's face it, Brandon, they just don't know how to react. I mean, who does? Did you win? No. Did you lose? No. Because when you win, you jump up and down. Life's good. When you lose, you set your face in that stone look so that you show that you weren't hurt. I think it's one of those things at the end of the year you find out just how you're supposed to feel about that tie. Did it help you or hurt you in the standings? Then you'll know what you really should have felt that game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off play action. Bonds. Wide open receiver complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. He was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw. Bonds. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harris. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 29-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
On 1st and 10, Bonds. Got a man open, it's Chase. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 more on that one and another first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Rashaan Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a next-gen stat says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So more of the same here, CD. Not a touchdown, but 3 more points added on to their lead.
Yeah, it's been a total domination here in this first half. Offensively, defensively, even the special teams have chipped in as he connects on the field goal. It may be a little bit premature, but I think the only thing they're worried about dominating now, the post-game meal.
Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Pass interference. Defense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. From the red zone now, here's Burrow, first down. Over the middle here to Brown. And the Bucs are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Again, it's Burrow. Looking for Brown, and he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A.J. Brown in the final seconds of the first half. And the Buccaneers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And the Panthers ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. And they run with Harris off the option.
Holding. Offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Back to throw. Bonds. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Bonds. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man. Complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Pass interference. Defense.
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. These two teams, they met in Charlotte earlier in the year with the Panthers coming out on top. So if they can win here in Tampa, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Looking to throw. Bonds. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Bonds. Incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Bonds. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 13-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Bonds. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
To throw on 3rd down. Bonds. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Gabriel Davis from 10 yards out. And the Panthers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25 line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get there to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Burrow will throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Jones. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Second and 5 now. Burrow. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now Burrow. On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, first down. A good pickup there at 22. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. Now, they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Now Jones. And they'll get him down right around the 16. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now it's Burrow. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. This will be, let's see, 38 yards out. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will cut the lead down to 3 scores and 24. Kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. And I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag? You just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On first down, Bonds. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The end result, 21 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now a first down carry for Harris. 52 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
2nd and 4. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jordan. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
He'll find Damian Harris out of the backfield. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Back to throw. Bonds. Toward the pylon, caught. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so, and maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Now Burrow on 1st down. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. Only able to gain a couple there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. This will be caught by Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down, here's Burrow. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now it's Burrow.
47-yard line.
And his throw is incomplete. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Burrow. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And he is going to have a Buccaneers 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. And Burrow going to throw again. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. On third down, Burrow. And this one is incomplete.
Intended for A.J. Brown. Incomplete.
Burrow going for it on fourth. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, that means talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
58 yards on the ground for him so far. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now the ball comes loose, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Recovered by the
On third down, here's Harris. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Here we go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. That's complete. Mike Strong with it. To the air again, Burrow. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And now here is another interception. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Carolina getting set to take the field. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. On the give, this is Harris. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
1 yard gain. brings up second down.
Again, it's Harris on second down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Looking to throw. Bonds. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Von Miller has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Burrow on 3rd down. And my goodness, another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Panthers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
It's Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40.
A pause here for an injured player, and this would be an important one. Von Miller in some discomfort on the field right now. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Bonds. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Carolina.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Panthers, the win is their 8th on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs.